All right, everyone. Good afternoon and happy Saturday. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is the State Expedited Accusations calendar in the State Court of Fulton County, Georgia. I am Judge Melanie Williams. This calendar is for those individuals who have been recently arrested, but the cases have already been formally accused and bound over to state court. All defendants, you have an absolute right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney at this proceeding. When asked if you understand your rights, that's what I am referring to. This proceeding is also being broadcast over the internet as a live stream. It's also being recorded. That means any member of the public can log on and watch, just as if we were in person. Those who receive a signature bond will be reset for the notice. Those who receive a surety or a cash bond will be reset to state our purpose. Ms. Bridgewater, what is my reset date?
Yes, Your Honor, it's going to be April the 4th.
All right, so those who receive a surety bond or a cash bond will be reset to state all purpose on the 4th of April, whereby certain aspects of your case, including bond and contact provisions, may be revisited. All right, who do we have? Oh, have all defense attorneys had the opportunity to interview their clients?
Yes, Your Honor, and good afternoon.
All right, thank you.
Position
All right.
number 13, Townsend.
All right, give me 1 second. And are there any other announcements? Anybody waiving?
I'm sorry, Judge. Position number 1 is a medical reset.
One is reset. Okay.
Position number 6, green bond was posted.
Okay, so they bonded out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Position number, add on position number 1, Mr. Harris. He's a medical reset.
Add on is a reset.
I think that should be the.
Okay, and no breakouts requested by any defense attorneys?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Your Honor.
One more. No, I think position number 7, green, is showing that he's an NOD.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for those announcements. That makes this
I'm not sure if that's correct.
That's not correct, Mr. Walker?
I think some of it was that the traffic case.
Yes.
So it was an NOD on 4 charges, and he was booked in on 8 charges.
There's 5 on the calendar. Is that not correct?
And he also had felony charges. So he was
Right. So some of his charges were NOD, but not the entire case. I guess is my point. So he will be.
There's one. Is there one charge remaining? Because I have 5. So you NOD 4, or you've already
had 8
NOD
charges. It was supposed to be 8 charges, and I NOD 4 charges.
Okay, so the 4 that remain. So we'll still expect to see Mr. Green this afternoon.
Yeah, I was letting the judge know that he still needs. We need him.
That's fine.
It's gonna be a waiver anyway.
Wait,
Okay.
Mr. Green?
He's not a waiver, Miss Melnick, to your
There's
knowledge?
2 Mr. Greens, Miss Melnick.
C green.
Number 7, not Jamiko.
D
Okay.
Green,
I
he
don't
will
have
be needed.
either of them as a waiver.
Correct. So I'm not sure why these announcements are being made. So
I
Z
did, but
will be
Mr. Walker, I
needed.
did email you from the courtroom because we were a little confused about.
I understand he was booked in on multiple charges,
Okay.
and only some of them were NOD. So he still
Right, and
has.
that's fine. I'm not arguing. I'm
You
just
know,
saying.
I'm not talking about you. I'm letting the jail know that it's not a waiver and he will be needed. That's my point to them.
Not if he's on quarantine. That's why I thought she was gonna wait.
Well, now he's
Oh,
quarantined. So
I will waive. Okay, thank you. I forgot about
Will you
that.
that's a
submit
medical
this-
reset. That's not a waiver.
No, Miss Melnick spoke to him. Miss Melnick, did you get his permission to waive his appearance today so we can still do his case?
No, I did not. I did not know that was an issue.
Okay,
So
so
it's a medical reset.
No.
we'll have to. Is there any way at all? Well, I guess he's in quarantine. No one can take a phone to him. Okay, well, we're off to a great and fun start. So let's get started with those who we actually have, and we'll take up the additional part. I guess I should have held for the additional questions to the end. That is on me. So let's take care of the people who are here before us today. I'm sorry, what position is seated in the chair before me right now?
Position number 13. Townsend.
Okay, thank you. And I thank you for your patience, sir. Give us 1 moment. All right, your case number, no, that is not. Mr. Townsend, your case is 24 CR 001376Y. You are charged with battery. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm glad to hear that you do, Mr. Howard.
19 total.
Open cases out of Fulton for ag assault, shoplifting, battery. On probation for trespass. Also on probation for theft by taking and simple battery. What else we got? Last arrest was back in February for battery. 2022 FTA. 2019-2020 shoplifting conviction and a 2018 probation.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 2717 Sylvan Road, where they met with the victim, Mr. DeMarcus Sims. It was reported to the officer that the defendant and the victim were in an argument or a disagreement over $10 that the defendant thought was owed to him. At that time, he became aggressive and struck the victim in the mouth with a wooden stick. The officer did observe visible swelling and bleeding from the victim's mouth. The state is asking for a $2,000 surety bond. Stay away from that instant location. No contact with the victim, Mr. DeMarcus Sims. Of course, no weapon, drugs, or alcohol. And I just want to be clear, we are asking for a surety bond due to the defendant's criminal history. And he also has an aggravated assault case that is open from 2022. We would sound for the victim, Mr. DeMarcus Sims.
Okay. Is Mr. Sims present and wishes to make a statement? Okay, I don't see anyone with that name. I've scrolled over. Ms. Melnick, is this your case? Oh, no, it's yours, Miss. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Go ahead. Please proceed.
Your Honor, our version of the facts would be radically different, and we respect the right of the state to give their version. He would like to ask the court to consider, he understands what his arrest record is. He would like the court to consider a signature bond or no more than a $1,000 surety bond. That would help him out compared to that recommendation. But he says he didn't start this. Thanks.
Okay. All right, defendant will receive $1,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with Mr. Sims, stay away from that location on Sylvan Road, and have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons. And as a reminder, he will be reset to state of purpose on April the 4th. Anything additional? All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Have a good day.
Have a great weekend.
Yes,
Take
ma'am.
care. All right.
Position number 4, David.
Okay. Position 4. All right.
Let's see.
All right. Are you Agatha Davis?
Yes.
All right. Your case is 24CR001366J. You're charged with theft by shoplifting, simple battery, and giving false information. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Howard.
20 total. She was just released, I think, on Tuesday for other charges. Has a current FTA. Got an open case in Superior Court for possession of cocaine. Open case in State Court for shoplifting, obstruction, trespass.
Okay.
And another open possession of cocaine. On probation in DeKalb County for a vice charge.
Okay, I'm sorry. The Tuesday arrest was what? What was Tuesday?
I think she was released on Tuesday, so she's back.
Oh, released on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was the charge, Mr. Howard?
I don't know. It's under a different name and booking number. I did see that. Hold on. GCIC had a different booking number. Hold on.
We're gonna let Mr. Walker
She was
talk. You
booked
got it.
under the name of Alethea Foreman, charged as battery, theft by taking, obstruction, shoplifting.
Okay.
Yeah, she got an SOB through the jail.
Okay.
In this
That
case,
was
Your Honor,
okay. I got it. All right, Mr. Walker, please go ahead.
in this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 142 Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard. I believe that's a convenience store. I do believe that the owner is on. I would hate to butcher his name, but his last name is spelled CHOWDNOURY. From my understanding, the defendant stole about $45 worth of beverages from that convenience store and then struck the owner in the face with a white object. And then she gave the name to law enforcement officers Alethea Foreman, which obviously is her alias, She was just released from Fulton County Jail under that name. I believe I see the victim. It says Marctarun. Mean,
Yes.
at least I believe that's the victim, but I'll let the court confirm.
Okay. Did you want to give me a bond recommendation though?
Yes, I would. The state is asking for a $500 bond, surety on the shoplifting, 1,000 on the simple battery, 500 on the false name, a total of a $2,000 surety bond, no contact with the victim, a stay away from the incident location, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol as well.
Okay.
Almost forgot. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's okay. It's Saturday. Sir, if you'd like to make a statement, please turn on your camera, raise your right hand so I can put you under oath. But you are not required to make a statement. You do not have to if you don't wish to. All right, please raise your right hand and unmute. Unmute your screen. You're still muted.
Okay,
All right. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
I do.
All right. What would you like to make me aware of today?
So, the person in front of you, Your Honor, she has been coming to my store. This is my store actually, okay? It's 142 Joseph P. Lowry Boulevard. My last name is Chowdhury, Chowdhury. And it's been 2 months. She has been terrorizing my this particular store. She walk in the front door. She have a large bag or a cart. She will take all the expensive Starbucks products and other beverages. And I just fixed my door also. It cost me over $2,000 or $3,000. She broke that and she struck me on here. And that's not the first time she did. This is the second time, and it's on video. She hit my employee more than 5-6 times, this employee right here. And she's constantly doing it. And one day she came in 7 times within the 24 hours. And yesterday I called 3 times the Fulton County 911, and Officer Kamara and other officers, they came in and they arrested her. I have the video, like every time she comes in, I have a very good surveillance system and we have all the evidence. If needed, we can provide.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you coming to the store, coming to court, Mr. Chowdhury. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Melnick, please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is from the Atlanta area. If she were to be released, she would be living with her mother, Elizabeth Davis, at 4370 Newcastle Circle in Lithuania, Georgia. She is not employed, so in essence, any bond, except for a signature bond, would be essential to equivalent to a no bond situation. So we are asking for a signature bond on her cases.
All right. All right. Defendant is going to receive, let me do my math. She's got 3 charges, correct?
That's
All right.
correct.
Defendant is going to receive $1,000 surety bond. It's going to be $500 on the simple battery, $250 on the false name, and $250 on the what was it? That's theft by taking. She is to absolutely stay away from that location. She is not to return to that convenience store under any circumstances, and she's further to have absolutely no contact with the alleged victim in this case. Additionally, she's to have no drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons as a condition. She'll be reset to state all purpose on the 4th of April, whereby we can revisit this case. All right, best of luck to you. That concludes your case.
Position number 5.
All right, are you Sharon Dowell?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you are charged in case 24 CR 001367F with terroristic threats. Do you understand your rights today?
Yes.
All right.
6
Mr.
total.
Melnick.
6 total. Last was 06 false statements. Jail's a recommendation.
Okay. Mr. Watt.
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched at 8 Dynasty Drive, where they spoke to the victim, Ms. Sheila Ward. She advised that she was having a fence installed onto her property. The defendant was harassing the landscapers or the workers that were installing the fence. A dispute occurred, and the defendant told the victim, "I'm going to put a bullet in your ass," over their property line dispute. The state is asking for a $2,000 surety bond. I'm not going to ask for a stay away because I believe they are neighbors, but I will ask for a no contact with Miss Sheila Ward. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And of course, we will sound for the victim, Miss Ward.
All right, Ms. Ward, if you are present and wish to make a statement, please turn on your camera and raise your right hand. And I don't see anyone sounding one last time. Okay. Mr. McLean, in light of the information before me, I'm inclined to grant your client a signature bond through the jail with the requirement that she have no contact with the alleged victim, Ms. Ward, in this case. Do you have any objection or anything additional you would like to add to the record?
I believe
No,
that's.
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Miller.
No, Your Honor.
Oh, it's yours, Ms. Melnick?
Yes.
Okay.
I know it's
All right.
confusing when we're in two different locations. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it looked like Mr. McLean was leaning in to tell me something. All right, defendant is going to receive a $5,000 signature bond through the jail. She is to have absolutely no contact with Miss Ward. Ma'am, if you see Miss Ward, just go back in your house, go in the other direction. Do not have any discussions with her as conditions of this. I'm not ordering you to stay away from your home. Additionally, she's to have no drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons as a condition of that signature bond through the jail. She'll be reset for the notice.
Can I make a correction, Your Honor?
No, you cannot. Please do not. I know that sounds harsh, but if there's a problem, please tell Mr. McLean or Miss Melnick so that Ms. McLean, will you ask her if there's a substantive issue before we move on? I know that.
There is not, Your Honor. I'm going to ask my
Okay.
client to remain silent.
Please.
Out on a signature bond. We discussed that earlier.
I know it sounds unfair, but sometimes people will say things to me that they think are critically important and they end up with additional charges and time, and that is what we wish to avoid. So best of luck to you. Your case is concluded. You're out on a signature bond, all right? All right.
Position number 11, Perkins.
Okay. All right, Ms. Perkins, your case is 24 CR 001374F. In this case, you are charged with battery, family violence. You understand your rights today?
No.
All right, you have a right to remain silent and you have a right to an attorney, and I'm conducting this hearing by internet. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Howard.
What?
18.
She said she didn't understand her rights.
Yeah, she explained it to her.
I broke it down. She didn't know that she had a right to remain silent. We're all on the same page now, Mr. Walker.
I just want to, okay.
She's got it now. She's got it.
18 total. 2019 shoplifting conviction out of Riverdale. 2019 simple battery DV conviction. 2013 FTA and the 06 ag assault conviction. This was level 3. That's all.
I'm sorry,
Yes,
you said
sir.
the simple battery was 2019 or 2020? The conviction.
19.
19.
Just ain't saying about 2020.
I was
Hey,
just making sure I had the
Civil
year
battery, family
correct.
violence, 2019. In this
Thank
case, law enforcement was dispatched in 1988, Lois Place Northwest, where they spoke to the victim, Ms. Patricia the Lizard. They arrived at the location. The victim advised to the law enforcement officer that her and the defendant lived together. They were having a verbal disagreement. From my understanding, based on the warrant, the victim sustained scratches to her right cheekbone and eyebrow and a bloody eye from the incident when the defendant struck her in her face repeatedly. We are asking for a $2,500 surety bond, no contact with the victim, Ms. Blizzard, a stay away from the incident location, and of course, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond. The state is concerned for the victim's safety as she just had a 2019 simple battery, family violence, and of course, we would sound for the victim, Ms. Blizzard.
It wasn't the same victim, was it? Okay. Ms. Blizzard, are you present on the Zoom conference and wish to make a statement? Sounding one last time for Ms. Blizzard. Okay, hearing, seeing none, Mr. McLean, please proceed.
Your Honor, this is a home which has rental space for people, but they're not in a program per se. They're simply living there. This is a person, Miss Perkins. I've spoken to the lessor, Miss Lee, and we tried to get hold of Miss Perkins' dad, Samuel Perkins, but we couldn't reach him. We left a message. So my understanding from talking to people that know her, If she'll just stay on her meds, I'm gonna refer this to MMHC. She'll just stay on her meds. She should be successful at making court and not skipping court, not missing court. So we'd ask the court to consider a signature bond. She will have to live somewhere else. We've discussed with her, getting a social worker to be in a shelter until she finds another place to live. But she's very, very clear that she will not be at Lois Place. So there will be no problem for, Ms. Blizzard.
Okay, you said you are gonna put in the MMHC referral, Mr. McLean?
We are, Your Honor, yes.
All right, I am going to give, all right. Defendant is gonna receive a $4,000 signature bond at level 3 through pretrial services. She's gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course, have no contact whatsoever with Miss Blizzard, stay away from that incident location, and have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons as a condition.
What was that amount again?
4,000.
All right.
All right. Best of luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, who do we have next?
Can you keep her so I can make sure?
Position number 15, Ms. Weather.
All right. In this case, Ms. Withers, your case is 24 CR 001370F. You're charged with theft by shoplifting. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Howard.
15 total. Wanted out of DeKalb, Henry, and Cherokee County. On probation in Cherokee for ID theft fraud. Last arrest was 2022 out of Cobb on a probation. Couple of FTAs from 2018, probation 2018, FTA 2017, 2017 shoplifting trespass conviction, 2016 shoplifting first offender, and 2015 forgery conviction.
Okay. So when you say wanted, those are holds, correct? They're coming to get her?
Correct.
Okay. Understood, Mr. Walker.
In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to the Macy's at Lenox Mall located at 3393 Peachtree Road. The defendant stole Nike socks and polo t-shirts from that location. It was found on her person. She had passed all points of sale. The state is asking for $1,000 surety bond, a stay away from Lenox Mall, 3393 Peachtree Road. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond.
What was the approximate amount of the value of those Nike socks?
I don't have the approximate amount, but it was Nike socks and polo shirts, so I'm sure it was over $100.
Okay. Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, we would ask the court, of course, to consider a signature bond or a $500 bond or something in that area. But we do realize she does have the 3 holds and she will be going to 3 different places. I've spoken with her mother on the phone today. I think her mother might be on Zoom. Felicia Withers, is she on?
Yes, she is.
Okay, I don't know if she'll have any comment to make to the court, but we're simply asking to consider a signature bond because she does have the family support. And that means that she'll have a reminder to always show up for court. We realize that she's got other places to visit and that this will not be something to be taken lightly.
All
The
right.
state will consent to a $500 surety bond. I believe defense suggested that, so we'll consent to that. I mean, she is wanted from 3 different jurisdictions,
Right.
so there is a concern for likelihood of return.
That's an
I'm
area
thinking,
we often avoid. That's an area we often avoid, but there's a reason for doing it this time. Thank you.
I'm thinking. All right, despite Mr. Walker's suggestion and Mr. McLean's consent, I'm gonna give defendant a $7,500 signature bond through the jail. She is to absolutely stay away from Lenox Mall in its entirety and have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons. All right, best of luck to you, ma'am. Who do we have next?
Position 3, Cross.
All right, let me pull that up on my phone. All right, Mr. Is it Don? Are you Donovan Cross?
Yes, ma'am.
Your case is 24 CR 1365E. You're charged with trespass and obstruction. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is his first arrest, so we will go straight to you, Mr. Walker.
Law enforcement was dispatched to the West End MARTA station at 2020 Lee Street. Essentially, he did not pay for his fare and he resisted arrest. The state is asking for an SOB jail. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond. And if he is to return to MARTA, then he pays for his fare.
Yeah, I would hope he would do that. I think he's learned that, I hope. All right, Mr. Cross, before I announce this, Ms. Melnick, any objection to an SIV through the jail?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's gonna receive a $2,000 signature bond through the jail, 1,000 on each count. He is to stay, and we're not gonna require that he stay away from MARTA. However, he is to pay all required fares should he return, and he's to have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons as a condition of that signature bond.
We might need to put remain compliant. I'm not sure if MARTA suspended him, but
Oh, if there is a MARTA suspension, then he must comply with that.
You're, yes. He
Did MARTA suspend him, Ms. Melnick?
No, Your Honor.
okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, but
Well, I guess it won't hurt to add that if there is any MARTA issue, he must comply with what MARTA has ordered. All right, best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case.
Hey, excuse me, there was 2 criminal trespass on booking, so is one of them NOD?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Good, sir. Position number 12, Sweeten.
All right, good afternoon. Are you Gregory Sweeten?
Mr. Sweeting coming up to the chair.
All right, your case is 24 CR 001375H. You are charged with battery family violence. Do you understand your rights? Is that a yes?
No.
All right, thank you. Mr. Howard?
10th arrest. All he has is what we got 2022 discharging a firearm under the influence. That's a conviction. On probation and COB DUI. This was level 1.
Okay.
in
Mr.
this case,
Walker?
law enforcement was dispatched to 713 Bonnie Bray Avenue, where they spoke to the victim, Ms. Rachel Rosillo. She advised that her and the defendant had been living together for about 1.5 years. I believe that they are in a relationship. They were having a verbal disagreement. He grabbed her by the hair, then grabbed her by her wrist, and then slapped her in her face while holding her down. And from my understanding, she was holding their 2-month-old baby in her hands. She also sustained bruising to her left cheek, wrist. The state is asking for a $3,000 surety bond. No contact with the victim, Ms. Rosillo. Stay away from the instant location. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. And of course, we would sound for the victim, Ms. Rachel Rosillo.
Ms. Rosillo, if you'd like to make a statement, please raise your right hand and unmute your screen. You're not required to make a statement, but if you would like to, this is your opportunity, Ms. Rosillo. Okay. You're muted if you're saying something to me. You're not required. Do you want to make a statement?
You can nod yes if you would like to make a statement. Well, thanks.
Okay. That it does. All right, not required. Mr. McLean, please
Wait
proceed.
a minute, Judge. She's unmuted.
Do you want to make a statement? Please answer quickly.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the terms. I couldn't hear.
Do you want to make a statement today?
I'm saying I couldn't understand the terms of what like the punishment or what.
That's
couldn't
not for
hear what
you.
was going
You don't
on.
need to know any of that. It's just, do you want to tell me anything about why you're here today? Is there anything you would like to say?
Yes, I
Wait,
believe I've
before
already.
if you do, I have to put you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. What would you like to tell me?
I would just like to say I have removed myself from the situation for the time being, to maintain peace, and I'm hoping, however, that he can get back to work on Monday morning so that he can continue to provide for his family.
All right. Do you wish to have contact with the defendant, and do you have concerns for your safety?
I would just like no violent contact.
All right.
So contact, but no violence or verbal abuse.
All right.
We could send, Your Honor, so we can remove the stay away and we could send to no violent contact.
Yes, that is what I had initiated before.
We'll see. I'm gonna think about that. All right, Mr. McLean, please proceed.
Your Honor, I'll simply point out that the thing that will most easily facilitate what she just mentioned was getting back to providing for the family financially. That would be a signature bond, and so we would like to have that.
If I required a stay away, would he have somewhere else to stay, Mr. McLean?
Oh, yes, Your Honor, he certainly would.
I have actually, I'm
No,
sorry.
no, Miss Priscilla, no. Thank you. Go ahead. Sorry, Mr. McLean.
To make the signature bond work.
Say that again, Mr. McLean.
I was just telling, he was saying, well, he's thinking out loud about what friend to stay with, and I was just telling him to get a signature bond, it'd be worth it you stay in his shelter. Signature bonds are golden, and it'd be a good thing.
I don't know if I quite agree with you there, Mr. McLean, but
Okay.
that's a good point. All right. In line of the information before me, defendant is going to receive a signature bond, $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services. He's going to take the 1-day anger awareness course, and he's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons. Thank you, Ms. Maldonado. All right. Is there anything additional?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. That concludes your case.
Position number 7 and intake.
On to take this course.
That's position number 7, Mr. Green.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Green. Your case is 24 CR 001369E. I do want to confirm these charges, Mr. Walker. He's charged with fleeing, driving while license suspended, or oh shoot, and it would go away right then. Hold on. Everyone, please hold 1 second. It's one of those days. I was in the middle of asking. Okay, now I'm back in business. Okay, the charges that I have listed are fleeing, driving while license suspended, reckless driving, and failure to obey. Are those the charges that remain, Mr. Walker?
That's right. It's only 4 charges, Your Honor. The other 4
Oh.
charges are NOD.
All right, wonderful. And it was not a waiver, so we're glad that he is here. Can I have the history, Mr. Howard? And Mr. Green, if you would be so kind, please pull your mask all the way up for me. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead.
11 total. You got current, well, you got current felony charges. I was trying to see what the bond was. They didn't put it in yet. 2018 sale of marijuana, possession of drug-related objects, FTA, and a 2015 FTA. That's it.
Okay, no driving stuff. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Walker.
No, was there any driving stuff, Mr. Howard?
I don't know. I had stopped right there.
Okay.
You got anything? I can look real quick.
Go ahead and take a peek. In this case, law enforcement observed the defendant driving eastbound on Campbellton Road. They ran the defendant's tags and came back and suspended tags. They initiated a stop. The defendant did pull over initially. As the officer was approaching his vehicle, the defendant yelled out the window, "Why are you pulling me over?" He then shortly thereafter pulled off at a high rate of speed, running through a red light. And essentially, he fled from the scene and lost the officer. The officer was able to run the tags. He was able to find the phone number associated with those tags, and he pulled up the picture. It was the defendant that was driving the vehicle. The state is asking for a $750 surety bond on each count. In total, I believe, if my math is correct, that's a $3,000 total surety bond. No driving, as he does not have a valid license. No weapons, drugs, alcohol while out on bond.
Okay.
2015 driving without a valid license, theft by receiving, criminal use of an article with alter ID mark other than motor vehicle.
Okay. All right, Ms. Melnick.
Yes, Your Honor, by my math, it looks like he has not had any driving offenses in over 10 years. I must need a calculator for that, but
2015, 9 years.
9 years. Okay. So I needed a calculator. Anyway,
It was close. It was close.
thank you. Anyway, his license was suspended because of child support issues. And so once he was pulled over, it was just basically because of that. He has no prior driving, like I said, for 9 years. He works part-time at an auto shop. He's completed 11th grade and is currently studying for his GED, and he lives with his girlfriend at 1152 Oakland Lane, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
We were asking for a signature bond on these counts so that he can handle his felonies.
All right. Defendant's gonna get an $8,000 signature bond through the jail, $2,000 on each count. He's not to drive because he does not have a valid license. Additionally, he's to have no drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons as a condition.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything additional?
No.
All right. Best of luck to you, Mr. Green. That concludes your case. All right, who do we have next?
The next person is position number 14, Tyler Ramos.
All right. Good afternoon. Sir, your case is 24 CR 001377Y. In this case, you are charged with simple battery. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Howard.
17 total. Last arrest was 2022 out of Fayette County probation. On probation out of Clayton. Unlawful to remove baggage cargo from bus rail aircraft terminal. That's 3 counts, and 3 counts of theft by taking as well. A couple of probation violations from 2022. 2022 theft by receiving, 2020 theft by receiving, 2020 FTA, 2018 hindering 911 call conviction, probation, and a 2015 giving false name obstruction conviction.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Walker.
Your Honor, excuse me, I'm sorry. In that 2018 Henry 911 call, I'm showing also that was a battery conviction as well. In this case, law enforcement was dispatched to 4920 Roswell Road. They spoke to the victim, Ms. Kyra Peters. She advised that her and the defendant were in a disagreement where he wrapped his hands around her neck and pushed her, I believe. The state is asking for a $1,500 surety bond, no contact with Ms. Peters, to stay away from 4920 Roswell Road, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond, and forcefully sound for the victim, Ms. Kyra Peters.
All right. I saw someone earlier. Ms. Peters, if you'd like to make a statement, please unmute your screen and raise your right hand.
I'm unmuted.
All right. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can put your hand down. What would you like to tell me?
So I don't want to press charges. He is the father of my kids, and we are still together. The disagreement that we had that day, at the Kroger, because it was a Kroger, gas station that we had the argument and stuff at. Have just been under a lot of stress and pressure, and it caused us to have a physical disagreement. I don't feel like I'm not scared of him or anything. Like, it's nothing really serious with us. We don't fight a lot at all. And again, he's the father of my kids, so I do want him to have contact with his kids.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. McLean.
I was listening in particular. I understand that the bystanders called the police. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. I
Yeah.
never called. And when the police had called my phone for me to come meet up with them, I told them right then and there, like, I didn't want to press charges on them. And they still proceeded to charge him. We thought it was supposed to be a family violence charge. We didn't know it was a simple battery charge.
Okay. We're getting a little off topic, but thank you, Ms. Peters.
All
All
right.
right.
We
All
will
right,
top
go
it,
ahead.
Just
Huh?
want to get that one. I just want to get that one point in there.
Okay, we can take care of that another time. Go ahead, Mr.
Honor.
McLean.
Your Honor, we would like to ask the court to consider a signature bond due to the overall circumstances of the state, and oftentimes for a simple battery level of family violence charge, that would be the most appropriate at this point.
All right,
I just
defendant,
have a brief question, if I could, Ms. Peters, where was
very
your child
briefly,
during this
very
altercation?
briefly.
Where was your child?
My kids were at school.
Okay.
They were nowhere around us when the incident happened. They were at school. And we have laws that will
Ms.
we
Peters,
can
don't say anything else. I don't think Mr. Walker's trying to help you here. I think we should
Well, I actually am, Your Honor, but all I heard is we don't fight that often, but take,
see.
that as
It's real risky with these statements. People come and start saying things that are not helpful to anyone. Okay, and I try very hard to keep us all from hurting ourselves. All right, in light of the information before me, defendant's gonna receive $1,000 surety bond. He is to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim in this case. He's also to have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons as a condition. Is there anything additional?
Your Honor, you said 1,000?
I did.
Thank you.
All right. Best of luck to you both. Who do we have next?
Position number 2.
All right, Mr. Cope, your case is 24 CR 0016. I'm sorry, 1364G. In this case, you're charged with criminal trespass. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Can I have that history, Mr. Howard?
20 total. 2023 disorderly conduct, possession of marijuana, NOLO. 2023 criminal damage to property, that was DWAP. That's all.
Okay, Mr. Walker.
essentially, Your Honor, the defendant was on Georgia Tech's campus looking in car windows. He has previously been banned from the Georgia Tech Institute campus in August of 2023. The state is asking for a signature bond through pretrial services. Obviously, a stay away from all of Georgia Tech. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Wow, fine.
All right, I'm gonna incline to give him a signature bond through the jail. Miss Melnick with the required stay away. Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defendant will receive a $6,000 signature bond through the jail. He is to stay away from Georgia Tech's campus in its entirety. That stretches, I believe, from First all the way down to North Side and bounded each side on State. I don't know the streets anymore. I'm getting old. But he is to stay away from the campus in its entirety, have no alcohol, no drugs, and no weapons.
Your
Is there
Honor,
anything?
I was clear with him about not going back to Georgia Tech. Crystal
All
clear.
right, good, because I used to know the streets, bounded on top by North, on the side by First, at the bottom by North Side, and I don't remember the other street, but do not go back to that school. All right, take care. Who do we have next?
Number 8, House.
All right, Mr. House, your case is 24 CR 001372D. You're charged with battery, family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can I have that history, Mr. Howard?
Gonna be kind of long now.
Oh,
Okay,
can we do past 5 years?
Ian, you wanna just do it?
No, it's only
Okay,
I
yes,
can.
sir. I got it.
Okay.
So let's get into the FTAs. I'm showing FTA 2014, 2016, 2017. I'm showing probation violations 2015, 2016, 2017, 2019, 2022, 2023, 2024. This is very concerning to the state because, as you know, order of probation is an order of the court, and that speaks to his likelihood or lack thereof of remaining compliant with.
Hold on 1 second, Mr. Walker. The victim for this case is in the waiting room. Miss Grace, can we let the victim into
Miss
the
Latoya
Zoom?
Joseph.
There's no one in the waiting room, Judge.
Oh, okay, well, she might be in the waiting room does she have the proper link? Can we send her the right link, Miss Maldonado? Please continue, Mr. Walker. Hopefully she'll be able to
Okay,
figure
so
that
as I was saying, I'm showing probation violations literally almost every year dating back to 2015. As far as convictions, I'm showing DUI conviction 2014, a meth conviction 2014, and then possession, manufacturing, distribution, sale of marijuana, and obstruction in 2017. But to the case that's before the court today, it's a battery, family violence. Law enforcement was dispatched to 5116 Gates Drive, where they spoke to the victim, Miss Latoya Joseph. From my understanding, they were there for a domestic dispute. They met with the victim. She stated that the defendant is her husband. She was, 1 second. He was there. I guess they were in the middle of a breakup or a split. He was packing his items. Things became heated. He pushed her on her neck. I'm sorry, grabbed her on her neck and then headbutted her to the ground. The victim's neck was injured as a result. The two have been married for 2 years and share a 3-year-old daughter. The state's very concerned to hit bud someone to the ground, but I'll move on. The state is asking for a $4,000 surety bond. No contact with the victim, Ms. Joseph. Stay away from 5116 Gates Drive. No weapons, drugs, or alcohol while out on bond. The court may not give it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and ask for it. We're gonna ask for an FIP course in this case, Your Honor. And again, the state will sound for Ms. Joseph.
Okay, I know she's trying to get on. Was she
Yeah.
able, Miss
Maybe we could
Joseph?
sound for her after defense presents.
I give her a few more moments. Miss Joseph, let's sound now. Let's just see, and we'll sound again. Miss Joseph, are you on the Zoom conference? Okay. Mr. McClain, why don't you go ahead and we'll see if we're able to get her on the line.
Get on there. I can't. I don't know how to do the check to tell them how she's trying to get on there, Chastity.
Okay, I'm sorry, I see someone speaking. Is this Miss Joseph?
No, this is Mr. Sample. Miss
Okay.
Joseph is trying to get back on. She's trying to ask y'all to send her a link. She just texted me.
Is she there with you right now?
No, his mom is here, but his mom, she's trying to get back on. I have no idea where she's at. But
Okay, we're
she
gonna
was on
hold
while
for her.
she got disconnected.
All right, we'll hold for her. All right, Mr. McClain, please proceed.
Your Honor, yes, those folks are my client's mom and dad, Your Honor. The
Well, that's
police
concerning.
report indicates no visible injury, so I think this probably ought to be downgraded to a simple battery charge. Your Honor, I've asked for a signature bond based on seeing the no visible injury in there, and the police report well, it's in the narrative and mentioned, of course, in the formal part, but I don't mean they're trying to emphasize it, but it's just there. It's no visible injury. And Your Honor, he does have financial needs where he needs to get back to work. He works for Sunbelt Metal Industries. He just started back to work after a period when he could not work. So his family does need him financially. We would ask the court to consider a signature bond in this instance. I did hear some things that were not good about court, but I also heard that basically we're dealing with past things with crack, making marijuana. And obviously with him having a full-time job, he must have solved the marijuana problem or he wouldn't be working full-time like that and able to stay steady.
Question, if we
Yeah,
do have the, if we do the, oh, please hold, please. If we were to do the stay away, Mr. McClain, are there other places that your client could stay?
Right. It appears that they were, sometimes getting back together, and I think he does have other places to stay because I agree with the state that it did say that he was leaving at that point. Don't know if that was planned to be temporary, but we could make it for the pendency of these proceedings until there's other court order.
Okay.
Hey, we do have victim notes since Ms. Joseph is not here, and I'll be candid. She wants him to return. She also told our office that she was.
Your Honor.
Right, I'm sorry, I was speaking. Thank you. She also told our office that she was 4 months pregnant with this child, so we are concerned.
I understand.
Thank
We
you.
have got to have some order here today, everyone, please.
Yeah.
I can only listen to
I'm
one
here.
person yes, I understand, but I can only listen to one person at a time, okay? One person. Okay, Miss Joseph, please raise your right hand and unmute quickly. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right, put your hand down. What would you like to tell me?
That me and Mr. House, we still have to be in contact, and I'm asking not to press charges.
Okay. Is there
Are you
anything?
pregnant, Ms. Joseph?
Huh?
Are you 4 months pregnant, Ms. Joseph?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
All right. Anything additional from state or defense?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. Defendant is going to receive a $2,000 surety bond. He's to have no contact with the alleged victim at this time and stay. She's left that location. So is the state still requesting a stay away?
Not
Mr.
at
I
all,
never
Your Honor.
asked for it.
No, we're not, Your Honor.
You're not. Okay. No contact with the victim At this time, during the pendency of this action, additionally, to have no drugs, no alcohol, and no weapons as a condition. As a reminder, his case will be revisited at the April 4th State All Purpose calendar. Is there anything additional?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Number 9, Jones.
We can give him $2,000 bond. Yeah, and he can't be a prime Latoya. Okay.
All right, Mr. Jones, your case is 24 CR 0013771J. In this case, you're charged with simple battery family violence. You understand your rights?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Howard.
Third arrest, 2022 battery out of Florida, battery touch or strike. It was dismissed. Jail was the recommendation.
In this
Jail.
case, law enforcement was dispatched to 2294 Sisk, which is spelled Sisk Street in Northwest Atlanta. They spoke to the victim, Ms. Madeline. Last name is spelled Tronrud. She advised that her and her partner, who resided at a location, they were having a verbal disagreement about friends that were over at the house. They were drinking. During this disagreement, things became heated, and he did push her down the stairs. The state is asking for a signature bond through pretrial services. We are asking that he's required to take a family violence intervention program, no contact with the victim, stay away from the incident location, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol while on bond. And of course, we would sign for the victim, Ms. Tron, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Tronrud, I see her online. Ms. Tronrud is,
Yeah.
we're probably saying it really incorrectly. We apologize.
Conrad.
Ms. Tronrud, would you like to make a statement? If you would, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth to the best of your knowledge and under the penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what would you like to tell me?
I just want to say, since the arrests in the past with him, we have gone to multiple counseling through churches, and it's helped us tremendously. We do live together. Our relationship has gotten very, very good. We have not had incidents in over a year and a half now, and he's definitely changed a lot, as well as me. So I do believe that he has changed. It
Yeah,
has
you
always
know where I'm
been
going.
used. So as long as
What
he
type
stays
of
away
instance
from
have you had
alcohol,
in
Wait,
the past?
one sec, Mr. Walker, let her finish, please. Go ahead, Ms.
sorry.
Tronrud. Please
As
go
long
ahead.
as he refrains from drinking and me, we're good.
So you wish
So,
to have contact with him? Is
yes,
that correct?
yes, ma'am.
Oh, and do you have concerns and fear for your safety?
No, not at all.
Okay, Mr. Walker, go ahead, and if you wish to ask a
Well,
question briefly, please go ahead.
hi, my name is Ian Walker. I'm the prosecutor handling the case today. What
Hi.
type of incidents have you had together? Hey, what type of incidents have you had together in the past?
It was twice in Pensacola when we lived there. We lived there from 2022 to 2023. We only lived there a little over a year. And it was drunken nights, literally. It was always alcohol.
Miss
We were not
Tronrud, I just want to tell you, you are
Judge,
under
please.
what?
this is a bond hearing, and we
But
are
I
trying
think
to
past
get
incidents
along.
are relevant to your honor. Were
I mean,
these physical incidents?
one of them was. The other one was dramatic. It was not. So just one was physical.
Oh,
Well, Judge, I'm sure you can pick up the flavor as you say. So
I've got the flavor. I do.
We're asking for a surety
Y'all
bond.
are funny.
We're trying
But
not to be.
I digress.
You do.
We really are.
I just
very
really
serious.
wish,
I take it
Mr. Walker is not, he's a great person, and I respect him very much as an attorney, but he is very listening to these facts, and he's going to use them as he wishes. All right.
As I should.
That is exactly your job, and you would be remiss if you did not use what people said here at this hearing at a later date. Mr. McLean, thank you, Ms. Chandler, for coming to court and making that statement. Mr. McLean, please proceed.
Here we go. I need to be unmuted.
It's unmute, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Mr. McLean. We can.
Very good. All right. I heard a bunch of dismissals in there in Pensacola. So we would ask for a signature bond, Your Honor. I think the problem I read something like 17 pages of police report there, and it looked to me like if alcohol is eliminated, VIP is not going to be needed at all.
Okay. All right. What we're gonna do is defendant is gonna receive a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial at level 1. He is gonna take the 1-day anger awareness course. He's gonna be subject to random screens, and he's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim at this time. All right. Is there anything additional from the state or the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All
What was
right.
the, bond amount again, please?
5,000.
What kind of screens? This alcohol or dope?
Alcohol.
You could do them all.
I didn't know we could screen for dope. We can screen for, I was not made aware.
They probably could do both, I'm sure.
Okay, so all substances, we will be screening for those. Okay. Best of luck to you, Mr. Jones. Who do we have next?
Your Honor, was that through pretrial or?
It's through pretrial. We're not going through the jail this time.
Okay.
All right. Best of luck to you, sir. The last one I have is position 10.
They gonna get him now. He went to the bathroom. Stand up.
I'll come to that.
Okay.
I can, Your Honor, just briefly, if I can perfect the record on position number 1 and number 8. I do want to say that I was at the jail earlier today, and I did both of them. Position number 1 was unable to speak with me at this time, so we did ask for a medical reset based on my observations. I saw her twice, and then position.
Is one in quarantine?
No, but we saw him. No,
Okay.
I asked for medical resets for other reasons.
Okay.
And
Understood.
then position number 8, I did see him again twice. I saw him initially in the holding cell, and then they took him to the pods on the 3rd floor. And so,
Well, eight is house. Didn't we just mean C8? Do you mean
I'm sorry,
8?
7. Oh, he on the add-on, number 1 on the add-on. He was number 8.
Number 1 add-on and number 7. We
No,
saw
just
Mr. Green. So who was the other one?
No, it was number 1 and number 1 on the add-on. It's just 2
1
people.
and 1. Okay,
Yeah, I did
understood.
see him, and he
on
was
one,
not.
I would do a SOB jail on one. I mean, it was a criminal trespass from a gas station.
Can one be brought? Is that possible? So he could get out of Fulton County Jail, if possible? Or is that just not? What was the, okay, can I go into a breakout real quick
Yes,
with
Your Honor.
Ms. Melnick and Mr.
Yes.
Walker and Ms. Bridgewater, please? We'll make it quick, Mr. Howard, I promise.
Yes, ma'am.
I get off at 4:30. I'm good.
We're doing good today. It's only 3 o'clock.
We always do good when I'm here, Mr. Walker.
And me.
Well, I was gonna say the same, but I'll let you have it. I'm joining now.
We're waiving your
Okay, I do have to ask at courtroom 2, is it possible for us to bring position 1? Can position 1 be brought? Miss Brady?
We can try, but she wouldn't cooperate earlier. She wouldn't even get up for us, so we can try.
Will you try very quickly? Because I'd rather get her out of there if we can because of the nature of the charge. So
Okay.
she wouldn't present a challenge for staff later.
Okay, can we do number 10 while we wait?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you for your patience again. Let me pull my calendar back up.
Okay, if number 10 is Mr. Lewis, I'm waiving that, Your Honor.
Oh, who's next to you, Mr. McLean?
Mr. Lewis.
Oh, he doesn't want to talk? He's here though.
There is absolutely no point in us coming off of the previous decision to waive it, although I'm getting blowback now.
I mean, I already have a $1,000 bond. I mean, of course, I would want like a signature bond, but.
Okay, so let's do the hearing. Let's hear, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Lewis, your case is 24 CR 001373H. You're charged with theft by shoplifting. You understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Howard?
Second arrest. You got to open DUI out of Tennessee. That's all.
Okay. Mr. Walker? You're muted if you're talking to us.
Okay, there we go. I apologize, Your Honor. Let me get my notes back up. Defendant was arrested at Walgreens located at 4617 State Route 138 in Union City. From my understanding, he stole around $35 of cigarettes, which was 4 or 5 packs. Since he's fine with his $8,000 surety bond, we're going to recommend an $8,000 surety bond. Let's stay away from the Walgreens. No weapons or alcohol bond.
Did you say the current bond is 8,000?
But I believe that's what the defendant said. So if he's fine with
He
that,
said 1,000.
well, we'll do 1,000.
I was trying to get a signature bond.
Sir, please stop talking for yourself. You have Mr. McLean there. Don't say anything, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Walker is taking notes today to use against everyone, okay? Please stop talking. All right, Mr. McLean, anything to add?
Well, now that we're doing a hearing, of course, I would like to ask the court to consider a signature bond, Your Honor. It is just 5, is it packs or cartons?
I was messing with y'all. We can give it SOB through the jail. Stay away.
Yeah, I mean, really, 5 packs.
I think so.
Cartons.
A lot of information before me. Defendant's gonna get a $7,000 signature bond through the jail, and he's to stay away from that store in Union City. All right.
Excellent, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Now we are gonna hold for a report as it pertains to position 1.
Okay, Judge, I just left, the tank, she's in tank number 10.
All right.
She
Congratulations.
act like she is not comprehending what I'm saying to her, so she wouldn't comply, would not get up for me.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. We'll have to reset her to Monday then. We tried to get her out of there. All right,
Thank you, Your Honor. That's the same exact, I couldn't have any, not even meaningful, I couldn't have any conversation with her except for her shaking her head.
I understand. We tried. All
Yeah,
of
thank
us
you, though.
tried. Okay. All right. What about add-on 1? Well, that's a medical reset for similar reasons or in quarantine? What was
Opposite, the other reason, no, we saw the quarantine. He had, he was taken to the 3rd floor to the individual cell on the pod.
Okay, understood. All right, we are complete. Ms. Bridgewater, will you please review the calendar for me?
Okay. Once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is going to be April the 4th. Position number 1 is a medical reset to Monday, which is March the 25th. Position number 2 is reset further notice with a $6,000 SOB through the jail. Position 3 is reset further notice with a total $2,000 SOB through the jail. Position 4 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. Position 5, reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through the jail. Position 6 is reset further notice as the defendant has been released. 7 is reset further notice with a total $8,000 SOB through the jail. 8 is going to the SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. 9, reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 10, reset further notice with a $7,000 SOB through the jail. 11 is reset further notice with a $4,000 SOB through pretrial. 12 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 13 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 14 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 15 reset further notice with a $7,500 SOB through the jail. And the add-on for number 1 is being reset till Monday. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
So this job is never boring. So
Not this
Never,
court.
especially today.
It was like that Wednesday too.
Never a dull moment.
never
Never.
a dull moment. Never. All right. Thank
Everybody
you.
enjoy the rest of the weekend, okay?
Yes, thank you all for your cooperation today. Are there any pad orders I need to sign?
I have not received the one.
We don't
Okay,
do that on the weekend, Your Honor.
I know, but last week on Monday, there was a bunch sitting, waiting for me to sign them that didn't make their way through the week. So I wanted to make sure there's nothing in anybody's inbox that I can sign right now. So
I
that
haven't
we-
received anything.
Okay, wonderful. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great afternoon. I will see some of you all on Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Yes. All right. Goodbye, everyone.